Alrighty, I thought I'd make another quick video while my kitchen floor is drying because I just mopped it. So this is going to be a quick one because it's nth term test and there's really not much to this test. You can always start with this test, and if you find out that the test is inconclusive, you can try another test. And maybe you'll never know. Maybe no matter what other test you'll use, all you can get is inconclusive, and that would be an answer choice. So don't fret too much about that. Either another test is going to work or it's not, and you would just say it's inconclusive. Well, how do we use the nth term test? Given a series, we take the limit of what's inside the summation symbol, and if it doesn't equal 0, then the series is going to diverge. And if it does equal 0, we don't know what's going to happen. We can't make a conclusion based on the outcome because we don't know, so we might have to try another test. Okay, a simple example is the first one here. I have this ratio n plus 4 over 4n minus 5, and right away I'm going to try the nth term test to see what happens, because it's easy, right? I can just throw that thing in, take the limit, and it's easy to see the degrees of the numerator and the denominator are the same, and so the limit's 1/4, and that's not equal to 0, so I can say that this series diverges by the nth term divergence test. In this example here, this one's a little more complex, I suppose, but not really. More complex because you're going to have to use a repeated L'Hopital's rule. But again, I'm going to start with nth term, and I'm going to throw that into a limit. And what I see is if I plug infinity in, I'm going to get infinity over infinity. So that's my cue to take the derivative top and bottom, so I did that. And again, if I plug infinity in, I'm going to end up with this indeterminate form. So I applied the L'Hopital's again. And now when I plug infinity in, I just got infinity. Well, infinity is not 0. It's a number. I don't know what it is. It's way far away. But it's not 0, so I know that this is going to diverge by the nth term divergence test. Here's an inconclusive example. So something like this. And by the way, I threw a k in here because you might see these in terms of k. Like I said, it doesn't matter as long as the variable in here matches what's out in the index. But anyway, we have 8 over k minus 3. And if I take the limit of that, well, that's definitely 0, right? So I don't know. All I can say at this point is that the test is inconclusive. I might want to try another test to examine it further, but inconclusive just means I can't come to a conclusion on whether this thing's going to diverge or converge, and that's it. So it's hard to find, examples. You can take any examples from the book, really. Chapter 11.1, 11.2. Try the odds and just try using the nth term test. Do exactly what I'm doing. Just take whatever's in your series and throw it into a limit and see what happens. And you don't necessarily have to use another test and go further, just to get you used to or make you feel more comfortable applying the nth term test for divergence. It's either going to converge or you're not going to know. Those are the only two things that could happen. So anyway, go into section 11.1, 11.2 of the best book, and do some of the odd exercises. And he might say in the answer choices might converge by geometric, or I don't know, whatever tests are in that section. But you can always try nth term to see if you get divergence or an inconclusive result. Capiche? Okay, see you later.